Nobody's watching this. It doesn't. I'm not even worried though. I'm gonna find a stand. No, I'm not. How's it going, everybody? We're back at it again with another live. This is the first and greatest live you will ever see. I don't have a stand for this camera. Have you guys had a great day today? Me too. Alright. Yeah, literally just before this, I was sitting outside. I was thinking, I was pondering. I was eating the zucchini. I was eating the apples with the tiniest slither of hummus. It was the best thing you would ever taste. It was like a sunrise on a plate. It was awesome. And right after that, I went off to go feed the baby chickens. I would show you them, but that would involve me moving. We're not doing that, I don't think. We might. But I fed the chickens, and then on the way there, you know what I decided? You know what I decided? I decided to start a stream, to do a live stream. Like, there's somebody watching this. That's nuts. I just clicked the button. I don't even know how to do this. I'm doing this on my phone. Good times. Yeah. I would ask how it's going, but I don't even know how to see the comments. Yeah. It's a good time. But how's your day been? Wait. I may have figured it out. Did I just turn chat off? There's two people. Why are you guys in here? What is even happening? All right. I mean, I appreciate having you, honestly. Nothing against that. It's awesome having you. Hope you're having a great day. Why me? I don't. How do you turn on the chat? Wait, I'll turn on the computer. What is even happening? The computer's on. I clicked the. Oh my gosh. If you see I actually get teased by my family for being really good at talking to old people, and they basically say I flirt with old people because of it. But that's not true. That's just not. It's just not true. Wait, can I get this up on the computer? Why? There's another person in here again. This doesn't make sense. Can somebody show me how to turn on the chat? I'm like an old person wandering blind into the woods. How do I do this? Can I watch my stream on? No. That would be too good, right? That'd be too good. I just signed out of my YouTube. Oh. I'll figure something out. So yeah, how's it going? Have you guys got any car crashes today? Done anything interesting? One time, I pretended to run away from home and I made a really, really bad Ryan Trahan style video about it. And I actually told my parents where I was going and how long I was going to be out. I even asked my mum to call me saying, "Oh, yeah, how's it going? You ready for me to call you now?" And in the video, and I could have just driven away, but I walked like 30 minutes down the road because I'm like that, you know? I swear these wasps and these bugs have been attacking me like crazy today. Yesterday, no, not yesterday, it was this morning. I got attacked by a wasp, right? I'm sitting there, festering on the couch, right? And this wasp just flies at me, stares me down in the eyes, just like this. Right? Now, right at that moment, I thought my life was over. I thought I was never going to have a girlfriend. But then it just kind of buzzes around me and I scream like a little girl because I don't know why. I'm masculine like that. So I ended up just kind of running away and I just lived outside for a little bit because we shouldn't just try occupy a wasp's space, I don't think. But yeah. No way! What? There's chat now! How has that happened? Wasps, am I right? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. How did that happen? No way. I could see you guys talking for a little bit. Did you guys, wait, somebody say like the word W or something. Can I get a W in the chat, guys? I want W's in the chat. No. Is that how that works? Does anybody, no way! No way, there we go. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's nice, actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Nice. Yeah. Have you guys done anything interesting yet? What have I done today? Oh, yeah, this morning I went for a walk because I live in the best place on earth right now. I mean, I'm probably going to be moving out soon, so that won't be forever. But went for the most amazing, best walk, best view. The sun was gleaming, the grass was grassing, it was blowing in the wind. And it was honestly a majestic moment, apart from one car that I thought I was going to have to run away from because it was coming down my driveway. But I was just looking over my shoulder like a dweeb. And it turns out to be one of my parents' friends. Right. So, of course, because I'm great at talking to people, super good at talking to people, as you may have seen from the video where I ran away from home. I just told them where I was going. It was, yeah, it was fun. Just talked to them, had a good time. Is it true that there are a lot of mutant insects in Australia? It is. It is actually. The other day, I met Donatello. He's really cool. The blue, I decided to match it with this shirt, right? Because he just had that bandana. He did think about putting it on me, but that mutant energy would just like seep in too much, and I couldn't handle being a teenage mutant ninja turtle because I don't actually live in Australia, so I'm just dobbing them in right now. But yeah, I'm actually going to Australia in like 3 months. I just said that on stream. No way. Nah, yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is happening? No, I fully signed out of this account on my computer and I can't get it back. It's just gone. No more Daniel Luke. It's a sad day. If, yeah. All right. Question time. Question time. What is the type of content if I made it and it was actually good? Because I'm not gonna lie, my content is still getting there. I am very much a beginner. What would that look like? Would it be I'm not really a huge fan of games, but I would do games if people actually enjoyed it because I do just want to be able to talk to people and just sort of allow natural conversations about God and the Bible and actually just enjoying times in a genuine way, just flow naturally and try to do that because I'm huge into self-improvement and personal development. But I don't really want to just appeal to people who like only are in that because it's a very different ball game trying to talk to people who aren't really interested in that. So I want to just be a chill guy. I'm trying to do the chill guy thing, but the camera angle's really bad. Hold up. You ready? This is my tripod right now. I know. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Yeah. I have no plans for this stream, by the way. Yeah. So I'm glad to have you here, though. You two or three, one of you guys just left. You picked up on what I'm saying. But yeah. What am I even doing? I mean, here we are, though. We're 9 minutes in. That's nuts. Yeah. It's like I have to move around the pins. Yeah, that's actually a great point. Yeah, I think a lot of Christians, and especially guys my age, do struggle with things like being very passive and not actually asserting themselves and understanding different people and different ways of talking to different people. For example, I know people who in the past haven't been interested in the Bible. Like one time, I was in geography class and I got into this debate with this atheist. Now, I did not have any kind of real knowledge or historical evidence that I could present to him. But what I ended up doing is we just kind of kept on going back and forth with this whole class eavesdropping on us, including the teacher who believed in evolution and that kind of stuff. And we just got back and forth, and he was just making really bad points. I was making even worse points. But eventually we got to the point where we just kind of just sat there and just kind of like festered in our annoyance. And the reason I'm telling you that is because we should just kind of know some stuff, or at least try to know some stuff, I think. Or at least I'm going to try and understand things like the Bible and how to talk to people that need to hear it. Because, yeah, we're not always that good at it. Or not as good as we think we are in our imagination. So, yeah. I'm. Am I cooked? Yeah, I'm not. No. Does anybody in here understand technology? Oh, no way! I fixed it. That was awesome. I'm gonna see if I can watch it on here, and then I can watch me. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, what happens if I click on my channel? Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do just say I don't want to hear it, but it's very much a difficult thing. Oh my god. Yeah, like one time, or a few times actually, I just went out and evangelized type thing, and I did that a couple times late at night. Oh, we're watching it! No way. No way. No, what is happening? Oh, no way. This is all. Why is there 5 of you in here now? Wait, can I zoom in on me? I can zoom in. No way. There's 6 of you. This doesn't make sense. But yeah, most people. Oh my. Why? I'm gonna zoom out. But oh, wait, this looks so bad. But a lot of people that I've talked to in the past, they do just they do generally accept it. I mean, your point is that a lot of people say I don't want to hear it, but I think that's mostly comes from the approach and actually understanding how to talk to them without that just being the goal in mind. Because for me, I am also learning mostly how to just talk to people to understand them, and that should just be the main goal. Because a lot of people do just need to be heard, I think, but we don't actually allow ourselves to listen sometimes, which sounds a bit weird, but it makes sense if you don't think about it too hard. This is so weird. I'm like watching myself as of like 5 seconds ago, and then me judging myself now about it. This is nuts. Why is there still? Oh my gosh! I'm like judging you guys for watching me. This is bad. Not the cool Christian thing to do. So yeah, if anybody can tell me one story about one time they tried to evangelize to somebody and it went well, I'll say the word booger. That's the best thing I can come up with right now. So bad. It is. Yeah. And then if you're not interested in doing that, how about I'm just gonna tell you something, right? Something personal, something deep. I don't know exactly how my life is going to go. This is no information, right? It's very fresh. But I think a lot of people think that they have to have things figured out, and they don't actually give themselves the grace to get things wrong. So that's kind of what my last video conveyed, or tried to convey at least, is understanding that knowing it all isn't really a possible thing. We can just gracefully stumble through life, and that's our best effort. And trying to grab onto things out of panic usually just involves us falling over harder and judging ourselves when we don't get back up, even though that's our choice. So I just want to say, right, that there's 6 of you in here again. This is so weird. I didn't expect this. I'm very grateful, honestly, to have you guys here. I just didn't expect anybody to watch this. So I genuinely do hope you guys are having a good day. And I saw somebody did actually just speak in the chat just before, so I'm going to see what you said, because I actually do honestly want to hear what you have to say. Where is it? No way. This is so foreign to me. I'm like an animal in a new jungle. All right. Oh, you said it's not as simple as you thought it would be. The sharing the gospel. Is that sharing the gospel? Yeah. Yeah. It's because ever since I was young, I have been very close and very adamant about getting into the Bible, but as I'm getting older, I've realized that that's not a large percentage of people that feel the same way, even Christians. A lot of people that try to follow in the relationship that is following God don't sacrifice the things that the Bible calls us to because they don't want to experience that kind of pain. But I think we should actually just try and understand, or for me personally, what I'm trying to understand is that we can do hard things and they don't even have to turn out that well. But like the David Goggins effect, it's just like sharpening your mind and trying to sharpen one another, trying to work together as brothers would or as friends would is quite a valuable thing. It's very hard to find these days because I only have one really close friend. We've been friends for like 10 years now, so that's really cool. But a lot of people won't end up finding that, and it's the same way. It's the same thing with people with their relationship with God. Not everybody's going to want to try to get that kind of relationship with him. So I just really think we should try exemplify that. That's not going to come easily, but that's what I'm going to be trying to do. Is trying to exemplify that even if I don't talk about it. So when it comes to talking to people on the street, for example, there was probably over a month ago, I had just come from a Bible study at the mall and I saw this older woman sitting with some bags just next to her, looking kind of lost, looking very as if she had been like left behind and like the car drove off without her or something, the van. But I decided to just talk to her and ask her, I was like, hey, did you need help with your bags? And she was like, oh no, I'm just waiting for my daughter. So it turned out she was okay. But I could have left, and that would mean I didn't have the opportunity or didn't have the allow the opportunity for God to enter into that. But I decided to stay and asked her just about her life. And that is only something I learned because I worked as a cashier. So then I was able to talk to people more often. But sitting and talking with her and allowing her that kind of space also opened up the ability where I was able to just kind of passively and actively invite her to church. She didn't end up coming, but she did open up to me about struggles with her family and how they didn't actually. There was a daughter she had, and that daughter had some bad experience in her marriage, so then she ended up being attracted to someone of the same gender and that kind of stuff. And she was just wondering about that. And simply sitting down was the opening for me to be able to talk to her about those kinds of things with her, from the Bible and actually hopefully adjust her perspective a little bit on some things without forcing it because she was the one that asked, but I'm not going to overbear. And that's a very fine line that we will often stumble off. But I think I think trying is a great thing and putting ourselves in the position because it's been 20 minutes now of me doing the stream, and I didn't plan on doing a stream the rest of this day at all. And somebody just spoke in the chat. I'm gonna see what you said. This is so foreign to me. It's cool. What did you say? I want to see it. Yay, there we go. Thank you. It is amazing. But it's very much the opportunities that I've had as well, being able to talk with people in ministry, because ever since I was young, I have had the ability to be around Christian people and like-minded people, and always just really praying with the spirit of the Holy Spirit. That led me into being able to have the opportunities. It sounds like I'm dragging it out to talk to people about God, and we just need to put ourselves in that situation. Like me putting myself in this situation that I'm very unfamiliar with. I'm like a lost dog, and it's okay. There's 7 of you now. That's crazy. But I just think it's really about putting ourselves in the position to actually love people, whether that's out of just action or whether that's just out of trying to just listen is the main thing. Because a lot of people aren't heard and they don't feel heard. A lot of people don't feel loved. And it's not like I feel the love, man. It's just allowing God to move simply by listening as well. because like they say, Jesus sat with the sinners, but he didn't sin with them. Because people would ask him, the Pharisees would ask him, why are you sitting with these tax collectors? You would know who is like crying at your feet. I forgot the exact words, but there was a woman crying at his feet and drying it with her hair, just like washing his feet type thing. I'm butchering it so bad. I'm like a really bad butcher right now. But he basically just explained to them it's not the healthy that bro, I'm butchering this so bad. It's not even the same part. But he just spoke to them in a way that helped them understand that it's not the people that are like healthy that need the doctor, it's the sick that need the doctor. The people that have sinned are the ones that actually need somebody to just accept them and forgive them. It's like those are two very different parts of the same book, but bear with me. I am getting this. This is my first time doing this. But I just think that actually listening to God and actually trying to let him guide you is super important too. And I'm gonna try I'm trying to look at this chat. It's so cool. It's so foreign to me. But yeah. Yeah, my man. Appreciate you. Mm, yeah. When all that I said was that Jesus loves them. Hmm. Well, yeah, I think talking to people online as well, like that first thing you said, is having that preconceived notion that you're trying to push religion on them. It's some people will feel that way, but a lot of that is kind of their own internal values, I think. Yeah, exactly. It's better to try and fail than to not try at all. It's imagine if I didn't even do this. I wouldn't have thought that I'd have 5 people watching me. And that's okay because you guys are real people. You guys are real ones. And I don't want to put anyone in the situation where they feel like God is being pushed onto them because God himself is a gentleman, like in the Discord chat. We're talking about this morning about how there is evil in the world, and somebody wanted help kind of reconciling the fact that there is that evil and how you can actually cope with that and understand that. But really, just understanding, just talking with each other about it was a great way to get different perspectives and understand that God is a gentleman and he's not going to push himself onto anybody. He's just going to say, that's okay. If you don't want to hang out, then that's all good. And the man, who is that? Somebody knows me. Wait, do you know me? I mean, you all kind of know me though. But yeah, it's a difficult thing trying to talk to people online. There was one person a long time ago, and I spent 3 to 4 hours replying to their comments about the what is the word? About the things that are wrong in the Bible, the contradictions. And they were really just like hounding different points. Like there's this point, there's King Ahaziah, or whatever. He's like 20 in this part of the Bible and 40 in this part of the Bible. The Bible's wrong. And I knew for a fact that there's going to be evidence out there, and I just had to find it. So I said, give me a bit of time. And after 3 to 4 hours, found the evidence for those points and showed it to him. And yeah, he just didn't seem to kind of debate those things. But sowing that seed is all we can do sometimes. The farmer doesn't go and force the seed into the ground every single seed. He scatters the seed over a larger area and hopes that some of it will become a crop that actually produces something. Who was it? Let's see. Oh, you found me from that skit from Jesus and the Pharisees? Oh, that's fire. Oh, that's cool. I think, yeah, it's just putting yourself out there. There's 8 of you. But it's, yeah, those skits that I used to make, those Christian ones, those were things that I felt led to make. And doing these different points of the YouTube journey and creating content are all very different parts that have developed skills in lots of different ways. And maybe if I stayed in those skits, as they were starting to get a lot of traction, maybe I would have got more views. But that doesn't matter so much as to what I feel God is calling me towards. And every day I pray for guidance, as we all should. But actually listening to him and understanding that he is the gentleman is like he was, because I would always pray, as we all should. That's just what I say. That's what I think. That he would lead me and guide me, even if I don't know what I'm thinking, what I want. If I do want something, and I'm not sure whether it's of him or not, I just always pray, God, take it away if it's not of you. And that's the exact same thing that I always do with my content. And I think I've shared that in content before, where letting God lead in it and me simply being the vessel for Him is a way I would much rather go through the sea and actually sail where He is in control and He is captaining the ship. And it's it's a bit of a rough thing trying to share with people that don't want to hear it or they don't seem like they want to hear it. It's it's kind of, it reminds me of that Crawford testimony where he talked about meeting somebody that was very rough on the outside at first, but with time they kind of opened themselves up, and he actually fell into Bryce's arms, crying, and was like in the gang life and was not doing good with it and that kind of thing, because simply showing up and putting yourself in that situation to love people and personify Jesus to them is just a much more valuable way to go. Yeah. These days. No, it's Bailey. No way. It's so good to see you. I don't. How did you find my channel? That's crazy. But yeah, it's like that guy that just spoke in chat. He's a really cool dude. He's a really cool guy. I'm surprised you found this channel. It is. Yeah, I'm just really surprised. But yeah, so the what was that thing you talked about? Is this the skits? Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty rough trying to find skits that aren't derogatory and stuff. Because even for me, I was very Christian even at the beginning of making my skits, but I didn't know how to make them funny, like at all. So I was just walking blind into thorn bushes because I had no idea what to do. And they were terrible, I'm not gonna lie, they were bad. But we all just have to start. We all just have to start somewhere because if we don't actually allow ourselves to move and actually go places and actually try different things, like I am doing with this, we can't actually see any kind of progress. It's like Denzel Washington's wife once said, supposedly, you can't go somewhere you've never been if you don't do something you never did. Or to go somewhere you've never been, you have to do something you never did. And yeah, no way. Hello. Oh, that's good to see you too. You're in the. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think my main point that I'm gonna try and make right now is that simply trying and simply putting yourself in the position to keep trying as well is so much more valuable than thinking about trying. Because I could have waited 2 years. I started this channel 2 years ago. I could have started 2 years later, and that would have been around now-ish, and just thinking about making the perfect video and getting it all right, nothing would have changed. Nothing would have happened. Because if we don't put ourselves in that kind of position, who can we actually be? You know, it's like imagine imagine trying to row a boat, but first you spend hours upon hours, weeks upon weeks, years, basically, just looking at the boat, and you don't even really like test it out to see if it floats. You don't push it out on the water. I don't do boats much, but you don't put it out on the water. You don't see how it floats. How do you expect to actually go anywhere if you don't even test the boat? You got to be unafraid to get wet a little bit to even go across the ocean that you want to get across. To get to the destination you want to get to, you have to do hard things. It's like for me, I have really bad joints. I've shared that before, but I still run each day as well, and I'm very careful with the way I work out and stuff as well. But each day I still show up, even if it's in the smallest way. I still show up because we should simply allow ourselves that kind of grace to actually show up and give ourselves and others that kind of opportunity. Because who are we to not take our life into our own hands? God has granted us free will, and that's the biggest blessing we could ever get. So I think actually trying and giving, because like for me personally, you don't have to believe this as well, but I believe that we should, if we choose to, give our life to God. You know, just give yourself. I made that sound like I was going to have some controversial take, but actually giving yourself to God, because there's a difference between believing God exists. There's believing God exists, believing the gospel, which is awesome. That's a really cool step up, and living for Him. And like James talks about, actually out of the righteousness and out of the purity, out of the change that God has made in your heart, actually acting and moving towards the things that God has called you towards. And oftentimes that is very scary, and it's not often what you think it'll be. There is too many testimonies, if you look them up online, or if you find them, or if you've seen them, of people who will have this amazing plan, and God will really call them into it, or they'll feel really called into it, but then as they go further, they really feel compelled to stop doing it by God because they haven't actually just like solidified that in God. And they just kind of pull away from that. But yeah, that's my main message for this stream. It's like half an hour. That's crazy. That's Thank you all so much for watching. I I will see you again. And yeah, appreciate having you guys here. This was really cool. How do I end the stream though? I need to get my glasses on and my gray hair wig or something on. How do I do this? This is horrendous. Wow. Wait. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, I'm about to stop dreaming. Thank you all so much for watching. And my main message, put yourself in the position to win, and you might actually just win. And put yourself in the position to love others, even if it's not talking to them about God, and you might actually change their heart. You might sow a seed that ends up growing. So yeah, take care. God bless.